In this video, we present our project, SoundModVR. Virtual reality uses different kinds of 3D sounds, such as anime footstep, nature sounds, or character speech. However, these sounds might not be accessible for deaf and hard of hearing people, limiting their VR experience. Past work in VR sound accessibility have used visual and haptic feedback to substitute sounds, like using caption to describe sound events, using waveform for ambient sounds, or using vibration motors to indicate sound directions. However, these substitutions might contribute to information overload, and the different bandwidths of modalities could hinder accurate information delivery. Since deafness happens on a spectrum, and DHH individuals could have different hearing levels, we propose that a VR application can use sound modification techniques like changing the volume, frequency, and prioritization of sounds to deliver sound information seamlessly. This may offer a more intuitive experience than a complete sensory substitution for some DHH users. This paper conducts a systematic exploration in this space. We introduce SoundModVR, a Unity toolkit with 18 tools that developers can add to their app, enabling users with partial hearing to modify sounds in VR to support their needs. Here, we demonstrate 3 out of the 18 tools. The sound frequency/volume adjustment enables users to adjust the frequency and volume of individual sounds. The group prioritization tool focuses on sounds from one group and reduces the volume of all other surrounding sound groups.
Hey, how was your weekend? You want to go and get some lunch after this meeting?
I had fun playing soccer with my friends.
Yeah, sure, that would be great.
The sound distance assistance tool aids in perceiving distance by modulating sound pitch based on the user's proximity to the source. Pitch decreases as distance increases, and vice versa. To elicit reactions to our tools and explore the future of VR sound modification for accessibility, we conducted a user study using 5 VR scenarios with 10 DHH participants. We also compiled a Unity toolkit and documented it on GitHub. To evaluate whether developers can easily incorporate the tools into their applications, we conducted a usability study with 6 Unity VR developers. For Study 1 results, after analyzing the ratings for individual tools, we found that most tools were rated high. Compared to the same scenario with tools turned off, we observed an average increase for immersion, the sound information gained, and the overall VR experience. The ratings from Study 2 show that the technical difficulty of implementing toolkits was low. The participants also reported positive experiences with debugging and had a good overall experience using the toolkit. Participants also found it easy to incorporate the toolkit into the conceptual design of existing apps. Despite the overall positive experience, there are several potential issues revealed by our study. Firstly, almost all participants expressed concerns that the tools could become distracting or overwhelming. To reduce distraction from additional sounds introduced by our tools, some participants recommended using less intrusive alerts or dynamically adjusting tools according to users' focus. Another potential issue is preserving subtleness and artistry in accessibility tool design. P7 showed preference to a more subtle and intuitive guidance by saying, "Show the localization helper is more of the game trying to help me out, which is not as engaging as the game giving me the information that I need." Similarly, P4 also urged developers to ensure that sound accessibility tools align with the app's aesthetic and interaction style by saying, "It's important to not just consider access, but access with artistry." The studies also revealed suggestions for future iterations of the tools. Participants from both studies indicated the need to further customize the tools. DHH users mentioned customizing the targeted volume, frequency changes, and the tool's spatial locations. On the other hand, developers might want customization so that the tools fit into the aesthetic of the app. Another suggestion mentioned by participants from both studies is the combination of tools for expanded functionality. We suggest exploring the following methods of combining the tools. The first method involves using one tool to trigger another that adds to the functionality of the first one. like keyword prioritization triggers shoulder localization helper to locate the source of keyword. The second method uses one tool to adjust the sound elements of another tool, like using the frequency adjustments tool to adjust the frequency range of sound distance assistance. The third method includes tools that could counteract each other. For example, group prioritization and smart notification both grasps attention, which could be combined into a hierarchical system to prevent conflict. There are exciting future directions for our work. Firstly, we welcome future work to extend the idea of VR sound modification into more diverse scenarios, like other VR genres. Also, participants' comments highlighted the possibility of applying our tools to other media formats, like PC games and phone apps, or to potentially support other sensory disabilities. Thank you for watching. Please refer to our paper and GitHub page for more details.